into the game.
Difficulty continuously increases.
Yes.
So,
So we're back quite early into the game, and for I would say you're new players, because I think you all know what's going to happen now. It is the final game. It's the best of 3 against Sjaak and Adonminus, and both players actually won each one. So presenting the player we have in the top left corner, we have Adonminus playing Protoss in purple. He's the, I said Master of Carriers last time, but right now he's the Master of Phoenixes, as he demonstrated the last game. His opponent, playing Protoss, is Sjaak, Master of the Stable play, and also Master of the Younger League. Is it the Kids League? No. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. Oh man, I'm horrible. Oh jeez. Oh man. Alright. Nope.
wow. Nothing too crazy here initially. Both players scouting around proxies. They don't want to die to anything stupid, so you know that's nice solid starts, and just gas is coming up a little bit later for Sjaak, but nothing majorly different in all honesty. The gas counts are going to be about the same, so
Yeah.
wow, 1-1. So we at least finally here we get a game which goes into game 3. It's
Yeah.
it's a nice change.
Yeah, true. And I was like imagining that when you just said there, Sjaak just pulls all of his probes and just go for an all-in, like, "Rawr! I'm gonna kill your base." But no, that does not happen. And Sjaak actually allows Adonminus to get a good scout up in the base and sees there's nothing really special going on here. Nothing to see. Moving on. At the same time, Adonminus doesn't have... Sjaak doesn't really see what's happening on his base, but it will soon, as this little probe is going to sneak in and get some scouting off. Pretty good. So it's quite early. There's nothing much to read right now unless it's super cheese. But hey.
There's the Stargate for Dominus.
Big surprise.
So,
Yes.
call me surprised. Yeah. Mothership goes on the way for either side, and there's the Twilight Council for Sjaak. This time it has to be for DTs. It's just so early. It has to be, I think.
Yeah.
Which would be interesting now if this is the map where Adonminus decides to go for a Oracle first. It would be kind of bad luck for Sjaak, so let's see what happens. We see this Mothership core. Move it to the front of the ramp here for Sjaak. He wants to be able to pick off any scout from Adonminus. And Adonminus, what's he going to do if the Stargate? DT Shrine's going to come down up in the bottom left-hand corner. Is he going to make an Oracle? No, it's a Phoenix again.
He likes them. He likes them Phoenixes.
Yeah, he really does. This is okayish because he's going to scout the Twilight Council, so he knows the possibility of a Dark Shrine is here.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is in the bottom
Super
left
proxy
corner.
Dark Shrine. It's like, I'm gonna hide it where nobody looks, in the deepest cave.
Sjaak needs to have enough money to start Blink as soon as he sees this Phoenix. Like, he needs to make Blink so that there we go. He's Chrono Booster as well. And Adonminus, now he's got to ask himself, is that a real Blink or is it a fake Blink? And it's kind of hard to tell. And this is the kind of mind games we see a lot of the time here in PvP. And if he sees one of these pylons out on the map, then I think he's very quickly going to kind of gather what's on, because you wouldn't put a pylon down this early for Blink because Blink just wouldn't be done for that long. But he starts up a Robo, but the Dark Shrine's 75% of the way done. We're going to see GTs come in very, very quickly here.
Yeah, but the Robo is halfway done. Let's see. Alright, so there's actually 30 seconds on that, and then they can actually Chrono Boost.
It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be really tight. He doesn't have a sentry out just yet to force field the ramp. If he gets a sentry out, that's gonna be great. There's DT trying to finish. He starts a void race, so he's not gonna get a sentry. He has to Chrono Boost out an observer though, and I think that's exactly what he's gonna do. These two DTs are on the way into the main base though, and no observer just yet.
Oh,
They're gonna get so many workers no matter what happens here.
Yeah.
Then he makes an immortal. He starts making an immortal, and there's only one pylon.
Oh my god!
This
It
is
did
so
it!
bad. he's gonna, yeah, his observer gets empowered, and these DTs have so much time to do damage, and well, he's gonna start an oracle, and that's a smart move because you know he needs some kind of detection here, and
But
they're
the
just running around his
pilots!
base. Oh, this
Oh no.
is.
Oh, it's actually
I,
moving
I
out.
I actually disagree with Sjaak not doing more damage here. He could at least pick off another pylon, force to cancel, force less mining time. Like he wants to keep his DTs alive. I get it, but I feel like he could do a little bit more. But I mean, that being said, he's got his expansion well on the way. He's got a blink on the way. Just finished it up as well. And well, Adonminus is going to expand too. And Adonminus is hunting down these DTs. He's got no idea where they are. And honestly, they're pretty well hidden from Sjaak. One on the tower, one in a pretty weird position in the main base. And this can definitely come forward again and get a few more worker kills.
There it is. Pop. One DT is gone, and the other one is hidden pretty well. Where is it?
It's in the right-hand side of the main base.
Oh,
It's kind of hard to see on the minimap with the because it's yellow. So,
good positioning. Wow.
but yeah, I mean, Sjaak, he comes out of this with a bit of an advantage, I think, because I mean he's got blink as well. You've got to remember he didn't cancel that. He's got his nexus a bit faster. He's going to go a little bit ahead in workers, and he's got a robo about to finish up, so he'll start getting his own immortals out now. Adonminus, he does still have these phoenixes and this oracle, so he's going to be able to continue moving around the map. And if he continues moving around the map, what he can do from here is just basically, you know, start picking off workers here and there, and you know, making up for his later expansion. So really, it's a really even game at the moment. But a DT is moving back into position both in the natural and the main mineral line for Sjaak, and workers are starting to be killed. And Adonminus isn't reacting just yet. 3 workers down in the main.
That's a sneaky Dark Templar there. Oh,
Yeah, man,
it's gonna get a few more here.
Oh my god, the DT at the natural isn't dead. It's going to keep killing workers, and oh, this is so good for Sjaak. He's at a 10 worker lead now. The oracle gets back here. There's the detection. Does he not have an observer? Yeah, he does. I don't know where his observer is. Okay, it's in the main. So both DTs died, but 12 workers killed against 7, but a 13 worker lead for Sjaak right now. All he needs to do, well, he's going to play it safe. He's going to get a forge so he can start his upgrades, but all he needs to do is keep making stalkers and immortals, and he's good, man. He's good. Sjaak looking good here.
He's just warping in DT after DT and continues killing these probes. I really love that one. And he's getting more and more ahead the longer the game runs. And he's going to see him. Are Adonminus going to move out? This is a bit too little army to be.
I mean, he's got a recall, but if he uses a recall, he wouldn't have a photon overcharge, which is something he's always going to have to keep in mind. But overall, I mean, Sjaak just starts up his +1 now. He's going to scout with hallucination. He's trying to start up a warp prism 2 to harass, but look at the lead. He's got 16 worker lead. It's huge in a mirror matchup.
And he's got a very good income as well. And he could actually go for a 3rd base right now just to be a bit more aggressive and a bit more greedy. But yeah, I just really think that. All right.
Oh, Phoenix's Oracle goes down.
Nice
little
snipe.
snipe there. That was really nice. Loses the sentry at the front. Oh, but no, the Blink's gonna get his Phoenix. I bet he wasn't expecting that. That was Adonminus being a bit too greedy. And I mean, these Phoenixes were crucial until now because he needed them to kind of pull back the worker advantage that Sjaak is at. And I mean, Adonminus is only just starting his forge. He's down 14 workers. He's going to be half an upgrade behind at least, if not more. I love Sjaak's position right now, and he's going to start harassing with DTs in a warp prism, which, you know, can only get better. That being said, oh, Adonminus is looking for the warp prism. Doesn't find it though, and I mean, if a DT just kills 5 more workers, then Adonminus is just consistently falling back and behind, and it's not nice. There's the DT coming into the main base right now.
Yeah, and he can actually warp in a few more if he wants to, which he does. Ooh, the Phoenix just misses him by a...
Adonminus not paying attention.
No.
This is the kind of thing you don't expect to see. He sees the shimmer there of the DTs coming forward, but you know what he might just go for here? He's going to go for the forge now. I don't know if he's going to be able to get it. What he should be able to get, he could have maybe got the pylon, but he's actually going to go back onto probes here as well. So smart decision, you know, threaten one thing and then go for the other when they come back. And I can't get it. Sjaak's playing so well. His +1 is finished.
He's harassing so good. I like that. All right. Both player goes for a robotics play. Not that surprising, actually. Instead of going for more harassment, we're going to see a immortal being warped in. Not warped in. That would be awesome, but...
Yeah, actually being able in a immortal. That'd be crazy. Imagine how broken that would be. You know, after a big fight when everyone was maxed out, you just remax on like 10 immortals, just like, oh, by the way, my warp prism's in your base, and there's 10 immortals there now, and you don't have you now have no production. Sorry, that'd be ridiculous.
And look here, there's canning builds in Adonminus' base. He really doesn't want the Dark Templars there.
No man.
And someone needs to tell Adonminus that you need to lift with one of the phoenixes and shoot with the other, not lift two.
This game's so brutal for Adonminus because I mean Sjaak's got the upgrade lead. He's not letting that slip. He's continuing to get his upgrades. He's going Colossi now. Adonminus is the first player to add a second Robo, but that's because Sjaak's gonna go for Templar Archive. So where Sjaak's gonna go Colossi, Archon, Immortal, you know, Adonminus is just going to try and get mega splash damage with just pure Colossi, and you know that could work well, but the Archons come much faster, and it's going to line up very nicely for +2 timing with maybe 2 Colossi and just warp in a bunch of Templar and morph them into Archons straight away. So this is this game. There's a second Robo actually coming down for Sjaak, so he's actually going to go double Colossi production too. So I mean the game is actually really even in terms of the production coming up. But Sjaak still has them advantages of the +2 being faster, of the Templar Archives being faster, and these are all things, and of course a much faster third base.
Yes, indeed. And Sjaak has a great worker lead. He has 20 more probes than his opponent. That is huge! This army is actually a bit small. I thought I said smaller, and exactly then he warped in a bit more units, so never mind that.
Yeah. The army supplies are relatively similar, but I mean, Sjaak's got 22 worker lead. He needs to make sure he doesn't make too many more workers, because if he does, then he'd actually run into a few problems here. But he's going to have so much more economy, so overall, he's very soon, Sjaak's army is going to explode once these 3 extra gateways finish up. And as his army explodes, his +3 is going to finish, his charge is going to finish, and he's just got every advantage. And once they have a fight as well, Sjaak's going to be the player with more units afterwards.
Yes, indeed. Oh wow. Observer just heading out here, checking out for Adonminus. He really doesn't want those Dark Templars at all. And I wonder, has he actually seen the Dark Shrine? Let's see.
I don't think so.
No,
I don't think he knows it's down
there.
there.
He scouted everywhere except that.
Yeah, I mean, if he knew it was down there, he would go and kill off that pylon, because you can see Sjaak, he's building up for an attack. He has Zealots and DTs warping in, and, you know, they're probably just going to run towards the third to just, you know, do some damage to the mineral line, and at the same time, Sjaak's going to try and attack the front. Now, the upgrades are going to be fairly even, because it's going to be +2 against 1-1, but, you know, +2 weapons is better than that +1 armor, so that's something to keep in mind as Archons are starting to come in as well, a lot more Zealots, and this is going to be attacking from both sides for Sjaak here in just a few moments, but he will be attacking into the defensive player Adonminus. He will be able to set up his concave a little bit better, so let's see what happens here. You know what, Sjaak's also got a warp prism to the top side, which he's going to start flying in now, so this attack's going to come from 3 directions.
And where do I look? Oh my god, there's so much
I don't know where you look. I mean, Zealots drop off in the main base. Tons of Zealots come into the main base, and that's going to be a problem. At the same time, we've got this big fight about to happen in the front. Pylons coming down to try and create a wall for Adonminus, and at the same time, now Zealots and DTs are going to come in from behind to join the fight, and lasers are going up everywhere.
Fire the lasers, all of them.
Oh my god, what is even happening? Colossi are trading, but there's just nothing to tank for Adonminus anymore. He's lost his Zealots, and Immortals and Stalkers moving forward here for Sjaak. Now, the Void Rays are kind of unanswered. Some Archons will help out with this. At the same time, Sjaak doing so much damage in the main base, gutting the mineral line. And it looks as though his army will just get cleaned up here. He kills off another Void Ray or something, but the problem is, for Adonminus, you know, he cleans up the army, but he's going to maybe even lose his main Nexus. Depends, he might just keep it alive, but he's taking so much damage, he's lost so many buildings here, and this Nexus, I don't know if it's going to survive. No, it's not.
Oh.
And oh my god, a huge attack on the third base as well. He's going to get the third base!
Oh man, that would be such a good win. And look, wow, so much damage these Zealots do. Oh man.
Plus 3 Zealots, man, they do a lot of damage. And I mean, Adonminus right now just has to go across the map and counterattack. You can see Sjaak's trying to buy time. He's trying to just attack more and more. He's actually going to stop this last Colossi coming out for Adonminus. You know, 2 Colossi right now are stopped right here. This is really bad. And Adonminus is moving across the map for one last fight. And Sjaak is chrono boosting his gateways because he just needs units. He just needs to hold on. He needs to kill this army, and he is good to go. He's got +3 against 1-1. He should be able to do this. It's going to be very close, but I think he has this.
Yeah, he's looking really good. He needs Stalkers to actually kill the Void Wraith. That is the most important goal, because the rest of the army can be easily killed by gateway units. And look at this!
Everything coming forward here. Stalker's target down. These Void Wraiths so fast. Them upgrades are huge, and Adonminus just disengages with his 3 Colossi, knowing he can't just sacrifice them. But what does he fall back to? A rebuild in third base, an oversaturated natural. Look at this attack coming across the map for Sjaak. So many zealots, and Adonminus just has nothing. And I mean, he's got 5 Colossi, which is nice, but I mean, when you don't have zealots of your own to tank, it's not really going to make a difference. And these Colossi nearly ran out a little bit too far of position, and well, you know, I hate to say this, but I think our Winter League reigning champion Adonminus is going to fall in the round of 16. As here we go, Sjaak moves forward with potentially the last attack of this series, and I mean, everything's just going to die. 3 Colossi remain on the high ground. Dancing the units of his army is Sjaak, and